Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are very fine and doing your study regular as I say to you every time. So today I am again with a new video for of crop production and management chapter that we have done previous topic protection of crops by using pesticides, by using weeding methods, by using different kind of insecticides, chemicals, and some like scarecrow, and also by fencing around the crop field. So these were the previous topic which we discussed already. If you have any kind of confusion, then please message me, or also you can watch those videos again. Now today's topic is storage of crops, because after protecting the crop, when crop will be grow up, then there is a need to cut the crops, there is need to store the crops. So that topic we will do. So today we will do storage of crops, harvesting, threshing, winnowing, dry storage, cold storage, that all topics will cover up. So first of all I tell you harvesting. As I told you ki after protecting the crop, now the crop is ready to cut. So cutting is not an easy method, because your field is very huge and cutting of crop is done after, when it is ready to use, then it is cut by the farmers. So that process is called harvesting. That's not only cutting, that also about gathering. Means when crop will be cut, then that crop has to be gathered, collected. So that complete process of cutting and gathering is called harvesting. So for harvesting, what tools agricultural implements the farmer use? That is harvester. Harvester is a kind of machine. It is operated by it is just like a vehicle, just so that is used and that can cut the crop and also can gather the crop together. Cereal crops which we grow like wheat, rice, and in which seeds are present, so that crops are harvested by these method also, threshing and winnowing, because that seeds have to be differentiate from those crops. As you know, wheat crop, if you have seen wheat crop, if you have seen paddy crop, rice crop, then you know that from them that seed has to be differentiate. Means the seeds must be removed from the crops, then those seeds we use. So to remove those seeds, we use these two methods, threshing and winnowing. So what are those methods? I hope that you have also read it before, still we are doing it again. So threshing and winnowing method is used for only cereal crops, not for all crops. Okay, so that's we will discuss now. So after, there is a machine also come which can do both method together, threshing and harvesting both. That I will tell you what is the meaning of threshing. And that machine which is used to do both methods together, harvesting and threshing, that machine is called combiner. Combiner is a machine in which that machine what can do, that machine can use in the field, that machine can cut the crop, gather the crop, and also can do threshing method. And what is threshing method? That I am going to tell you now. You have also seen combiner in some fields. If you are from village area, that you can see in fields there is a big machine that is just like a vehicle, and in this the downside combiner is there. That machine works. So threshing, what is the meaning of threshing? A process to separate seeds from grain from crops. Means the process by which seeds or grain of the crops are separated. So that process is called threshing, and this process is done by thresher. You have seen also thresher machine. In this that crops are entered, and one side the grains are coming out and another side waste is coming out. So this process is done by using thresher machine that you can see in those markets. that you can say where those all the these all grains are sold. So that machine is there. So that is called threshing. Winnowing. Winnowing is the another method in which we have to separate the grains. Both processes, you can see, these both processes are used to separate the grains. In this we use thresher, and in this we use natural wind. So separating grain from chaff by the help of wind is called winnowing. Means the methods both are used for the same purpose. We have to separate the seeds from the crops. So in threshing method we use thresher, that is done like a machine, that is done by a machine. And in winnowing we have to separate grains from chaff. Chaff is just like a that piece of crop, like so from then we have to remove those crops, seeds from crops. So that is we do with the help of wind. So what we do, we just throw this combination of chaff and grains in the from some height, and due to wind blowing in front of it, the wind take away the light particle, and the light particles are chaff, and heavy particles like grains, they fall down, and that we can collect. So this is the simple method. You can see this method at home also, when your mother or when they cook rice, or they also clean the grains. So what this method they use, they just use winnowing method to clean up the chaff from the grains, and also some other kind of dust particles. So this method is very famous. And winnowing, in this a machine also come, that is called winnower, that also does the same thing. In this the chaff and grains mixture is entered, and that winnower separate the chaff from the grains. So this is, by this method we can separate the seeds or grains from the crops. So by these two methods are used to separate the grains. So for the cereal crop, because cereal crops contains grains, and that grains we don't use those leaves, those crops, we use those grains. So these two methods we can use by using these two methods. So next topic is our storage of crops. Storage, obviously, when we have separated those seeds from crops, grains from crops, then there is a turn to collect them, and then there is a turn to save them. Because if we have taken out and still we cannot save them, then there is no benefit to do all things, agricultural practices. So this is the last way method of agriculture practices in which we have to store the crops, store the result, what we have got in the crops, that we can store, and then the farmer can sell, farmer can use, also people can use and people can sell. That is according to the usable methods. So storage is done by two forms: dry storage and cold storage. In this, what we have to do, actually storage is done because when the grains or seeds are taken out by the farmers, then due to microorganisms, due to humidity, or due to temperature, that grains can again be damaged, and then diseases can be there, or maybe some insects, or maybe some fungi, or maybe some kind of rodents, as I told you, like rats, mice, they can again damage the crops. So storage is very important part. If we will not store our crops, then the whole processes which we have done before, that will all be wasted. So the storage is very important part. It is done by that, means it is done because of these reasons. We have to save our crops from the microorganisms, we have to save our crops from the temperature, we have to save our crop from the rodents, rats, mice. So that's why storage is done. So storage is done by two methods: dry storage, cold storage. In dry storage, that we do for that food which is non-spoilable. Non-spoilable means like those grains, like you have seen in your home also, you wheat grains that you take from the market and then you save them in a metallic container or maybe in a kind of storage room, so that you store them, and you also save them from rats, from microorganisms, so that is called dry storage. In this, non-spoilable foods means they do not spoil if we keep them for long time, so those are kept. And cold storage is done for those food that can be spoiled very soon, like vegetables, like fruits. They cannot be kept for long time. Many kind of fruits and many kind of vegetables, they can be spoiled after 1 or 2 days. So if they will not be stored at the low temperature, means if they are not be stored at the refrigerator or freezer, then they can spoil very soon, because they affect from temperature, microorganisms grow on them, and that they can spoil them. So this is the cold storage. Dry storage is done by using jute bags. We use jute bags to cover them. We use metallic bins. You have seen that you have used in your home. Gunny bags, like you can see, like gunny bags means kind of, you can say bori, जिसे हम हिंदी में, that we can speak in Hindi also. And silos, granaries, these are the biggest storage method. In this, grain is stored in the very huge metallic chamber, like you can see in godown, that is kept in that. So their temperature is there, kept according to the seeds which could be suitable. Microorganisms, there would not be some kind of fungicides, insecticides are also sprayed there, so that they could not come there. And that is according to granaries and silos. They use these kind of processes because they have to store these foods for long time, maybe 1 year, 2 years, 6 months. After then, when there will be demand, they will sell, like government godowns you can see in near your villages also. So that is done for this. And cold storage, it is done by using freezing methods, freezers, refrigerators. Fruit sellers, vegetable sellers, they use refrigerators to keep the fruits also, that you can purchase from the market of the vegetable, that always daily opens, and daily new vegetable or new fruits, fresh vegetable and fresh fruits come. They can't sell the old one. So this is the difference between dry storage and cold storage. So please, I hope these topics are clear, and you will read these from your also reading from these your book, and continue it and do the worksheet according to this topic. And thank you, and have a good day.